But the thing, everyone in this city, and quite frankly, around Ontario and across the northeastern section of North America, is what we are seeing, what we are feeling, what we are smelling in regards to the wildfires in Quebec and northern Ontario. That smoke is coming down, and it's coming down with a vengeance. The air quality across the GTA today is going to be worse than it was yesterday. For many parts of Ontario, the air quality is at a 2 or 3 out of 10, going up to 7, 8, or 9 out of 10 in parts of Ontario. Right now for Toronto and the GTA around it specifically, we're looking at an 8 for most people. An 8 out of 10 still, you got to be careful out there. People in the highest risk category are those with lung disease or battling lung disease, heart disease, women who are pregnant, children, and the elderly. So just be very aware today what you're doing and why you're doing it. Again, staying hydrated is not something, it's something that kind of sneaks up on a lot of us a lot of the time. I'm as guilty as anyone. But that is something that really, just scrolling through my feed and people who deal with forest fire smoke and forest fires a lot in this country, they say over and over again, you have to stay super hydrated in this or you're going to get really, really caught. Tammie, where do we go here? Because the images out of New York specifically yesterday, look, it wasn't great here in Toronto. That New York's, I've never seen CNN, I shouldn't say this, but rarely do you see CNN immerse themselves in a story and then go, okay, we have to shift gears completely because New York City is red. We have to just go to New York City. I couldn't believe what we were seeing yesterday out of New York.
Yeah, well, take a look at this. And you can remember a few weeks ago we were looking at Calgary looking very similar images to this. When you see this apocalyptic, it looks like Armageddon. There have been a shot of the Brooklyn Bridge where you can barely see it. And people are outside. This is a major tourist hub, of course, New York. They are doing ground stops at LaGuardia Airport, as well at the major New York airports because of this. It is intense to see. And so this wind is actually blowing it right down into the pathway of one of the busiest cities in the entire world, which is now at the top of the list when it comes to the worst air quality in the world.
Rogers Center was closed last night for the Astros and the Jays. I would anticipate tonight it's the exact same deal. We have round 1 of the Canadian Open happening at Oakdale at Shepherd in the 400 today. I'm not sure how that's going to go. I haven't read anything. I'm assuming that everyone's going to tee off at a normal time. But 2 baseball games, one in Philly, one at Yankee Stadium in New York, were postponed yesterday. The really interesting thing is an indoor WNBA game in Brooklyn, indoors, was also postponed. They didn't want people out. Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, was pretty thorough about this. We're not getting the same messaging here, but he was very thorough in that just do not leave the house for a bit until this passes, and it will. But they're being ultra conservative in New York on this.